you guys talked about McCole Hardman for a second. If Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce goes down, who's the receiver to own on that Kansas City Chiefs offense? Is it Byron Pringle? Is it McCole? Or is it somebody that I'm not
I think that
about?
offense is in trouble, to be quite honest. I think they'll, probably run the ball a little bit more. I think we see a little bit more CEH. We see a little bit more Jared McKinnon. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, McCole catches a few more passes. This is my issue with McCole Hardman. I don't think that he's a good receiver. I don't think that he gets open. I don't think that he's yet to the point where he can run effective routes. I think that he's effective in a best ball setting because, again, in that offense, when you can scheme things, when you have someone like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, and you can put them in motion or have them run various routes, and then you can have McCole slip, past the defense, and he's wide open. That's why That's why his numbers look so ridiculous on a points per play. It's because he's literally 15, 20 yards wide open. Right. But then if you ask him to be the one, now he's going against the opposing team's number one wide receiver. I think it's one of those situations where, yes, the idea and the thought that, if Hill or Kelce goes down, McCole is going to just break out. Yeah. The idea sounds great, but then when it actually happens, actually think to yourself, go back and think of what you've seen from McCole Hardman as a wide receiver. If you believe that he's that type of wide receiver that can really win those routes and get open, more power to you. I understand he's playing with Mahomes. I understand he's playing with Andy Reid, but I don't buy it. I feel like one of the other wide receivers like Pringle would probably step up more.
So I agree. I don't think he's a great wide receiver. When he was drafted, if you recall, that was the time when Tyreek Hill was having that legal trouble. And people actually assumed he was a pick to replace Tyreek Hill. Kind of the same mold, a fast, small guy. But still, people were like, McCole Hardman, we didn't expect to be a second-round pick.
He was a former DB, right? Defensive back?
Former DB, but he did switch to receiver
in college, right?
Yeah. Georgia, I think. Maybe another school, but I think it was Georgia. The other receivers there, though, Byron Pringle, he's older, actually, like 27, 28, but he had pretty good camp, or he was doing pretty good last year, and he's still there. Talent guy, Penn State. They have DeMarcus Robinson, who is not old, drafted by the Chiefs, I believe, from Florida. They just re-signed him, actually. And it's funny because I play a lot of DFS too. So I was telling Dorsey actually that it's crazy because all the times last year when Sammy Watkins was out, I would always look for somebody to play to replace Sammy Watkins, and I would never play Robinson. And Robinson would always go off. So Robinson has the talent. Yeah. They have a guy there named Fortson, who's a raw project.
Who are you taking though?
Out of all of them? If I had to pick a receiver, it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
But to me, Byron Pringle was just a better route runner.
No, you know what? To be honest with you, and I hate to say
he's just not explosive.
I probably would just take Hardman.
Really? Because he's fast. He's
no, not even that. Because potential-wise, he's the one that has the highest ceiling. If he was to somehow put it together, I don't think he can. But if he was, because it's in the realm of possibility.
Exactly.
He has the highest ceiling. Like, Pringle's good, but I don't like rostering Pringle.
Pringle's not scary.
Yeah, I'm never going to want to put him in my starting lineup unless I'm desperate. Yeah. But I'm not going to be excited about Pringle playing. Yeah.
Because Hardman still has that speed. So you get him on a slant, he can take it to the house. So that I understand. So if he does go down, Hardman's still the guy that we want to own, but I'm not paying an 8th, 9th round.
No, I'll say this. If it wasn't Hardman, it would be Robinson.
Oh, okay.
Marcus Robinson. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. All this Pringle disrespect. All right.
Yeah. All right. They also have the rookie that they like a lot. What school did he go to? Duke, maybe? One of those blue and white schools, Noah Gray.
Blue and white schools.
Blue and white school.
Tight end. So they've been talking about doing more 12 and more two tight end,
don't
12
sleep on him.
Right.
So
Jared McKinnon is there. He can catch a few passes. Go line up a receiver.
And they just may run a little bit more. Honestly, again, this is what we kind of, I don't want to get into assuming I know what the coaches are going to do in this, because this is actually a pretty far reach. But I always go back, okay, what did teams struggle with the year before, especially teams that want to advance in the playoffs and have Super Bowl aspirations? Because in my mind, that's what the coaches are going to go back and say, okay, we need to work on that. Obviously, their O-line was an issue, but they could not run the ball to save their lives. So I think that, we should see, some improvement in that. And I think them, doing maybe a little bit more 12 personnel, them bringing in the linemen they brought in, points to maybe a little bit more balance, because they understand, yes, in the regular season, we can tear teams up during the pass, and they will do that. But when they get to the playoffs, especially when you get, or closer towards the postseason, and you got to run, they're going to start doing it.
I said, God, give me a warning. Please take me for the morning, so I leave more disappointments than I ever will appointments. Give a fuck about your feelings, rub it in. This your ointment, can't depend on the oinker. Find your pick in the blank, you find a